I know, it's really unusual for Tesla to be involved in another lawsuit, but it happened. It happened. So this was in Netherlands, and this is the flag of Netherlands. Apparently, I'm really bad with flags. Every time I Google, it's like, oh, that's a flag of Netherlands. Okay, I'll remember it next time, and I never remember. Anyway, so there was a lawsuit filed against Tesla in Netherlands that they lost, and I'm kind of wondering. I wish I knew more about it. There was just only one report that I saw on Teslarati about it, and I Googled more, and there were very few pieces of information. Of course, some of it needed to be translated, but I don't even know why they were fighting it. So let me rewind a little bit. So this is about this Tesla owner who's basically independent taxi driver in Amsterdam driving a Tesla for the service called Schiphol Taxi. No, sounds maybe I'm pronouncing it wrong. I know some of you guys will definitely correct me, so go ahead. I will look for your corrections in the comment section, either Schiphol or Schiphol Taxi. Um, Anyway, so this independent driver, he bought his Tesla in 2014. At that time, as you know, it was free supercharging for life. Only recently, I believe it was recently that Tesla updated their supercharger policy where you can't use it for business purposes at all. But in Amsterdam, they did something very different. And again, I'm not really sure why. So I'm going to tell you about it in a second. Of course, before that, I want to remind you that this show and this channel is sponsored by Evanex, the aftermarket accessories for Tesla. I don't know if that guy was using it or not, but I know I do, and I love it. There's a discount code in the description of this video, so go ahead and save yourselves a few bucks. But back to the story. And so he buys this Tesla, and at some point at this supercharger, which I guess was also a headquarters in that country in Amsterdam, Tesla posts, emails them, contacts them, the owners of Tesla's service, and says, hey, listen, there's a line here all the time, and you guys charging here all the time, which, by the way, is really annoying, of course, because people just trying to travel. And Tesla decided to restrict the service to taxi services. So the taxi services ended up suing them back, and the Netherlands court says, yeah, you can't really do that because you promised these guys unlimited free supercharging. There were no there were no clauses in the contract that would even allow you to change it. So I'm sorry, you're going to have to provide access anyway. Now this brings up again. I don't know why Tesla fought it. It looks like it was a losing cause. But this brings me back to this whole free supercharging deal that was unlimited. And I mean, I know it was great at that time. It was really really awesome to have this peace of mind. But I think it's going to continue biting them in the butt, where stuff like this will continue happening because there are a lot of commercial services like taxi services and delivery services that use Teslas, and all they have to do is buy a Tesla that was made before, I believe, 2016, and they have the same privileges. I know in LA, I think it's Tesla Loop, the service that's been growing and very popular. That a lot of people are complaining that they're blocking the stalls, they're making them delays because of that. But there's nothing Tesla can do because it is really allowed. And of course, if you don't have to pay for gas in your provider of any type of transportation service, that's an awesome deal for you guys, right? So yeah, so this is something everybody has to deal with. I really think Tesla has not yet, and let me know in the comment section if you guys disagree or not. I think Tesla in general have not figured out how to do this whole free supercharging thing. I mean, I know that now they're limiting it, but actually, let me go back. I just don't think they're doing the whole supercharging thing right. I think people should not be able to supercharge, at least for free within their area if they live there, and that's their primary use of superchargers, because superchargers originally, and I still believe Tesla insists that this is for long distance travel. So if your car is registered with Tesla in a certain zip code, you shouldn't be able to just charge for free within, let's say 50 miles, which means that you're not traveling and you have to pay for it. Even then, maybe you're really rich and you don't care whether you pay for it or not pay for it, but it's still essentially taken away from customers who really are traveling. And this is one of the reasons I stopped using superchargers. I just got really tired waiting in line to already a relatively long way to refill my car, time to refill my car, definitely much longer than gassing a car. So, but I wonder if this is going to haunt them for a while. Let me know in the comment section if you agree or not. But meanwhile, I'm going to give a shout out to one of the new Patreons, Brian Stevenson. Thank you for joining my Patreon community. Just in case if you don't know, you can go to patreon.com/e4electric and you can join the community there. That means you get to watch all of this live. Also, all of the videos that I create live. So you're the first ones to see them. Boom, good timing, patreon.com/e4electric. Also, I do an extra segment called the Extra Mile. That's a little bit more of a personal information, exclusive information for the Patreons. Also, I post pictures there that I don't post on social media, especially as I travel. And plus you're just simply supporting me to be the independent YouTuber doing this full time as I am. So I really, really appreciate it. Thank you so much. And by the way, just in case if you haven't heard, and I still have the copy of this. If you guys are into comic books, you're gonna love it. If you're into SpaceX and Starman and all that stuff, you're gonna love it. I don't even like comic books, and I love this. But this is the a comic book that's created by a friend of a show, Eli, from My Tesla Adventure. He like this is so essentially, if you want to live out the launch of the Falcon Heavy, this is the way to do it. It's really nicely done. You can go to, let's see, starmangift.com. By the way, he's not sponsoring or paying me for this. I just thought this is a really, really awesome project. To get this, I think it's really just totally worth it. Whatever, like $15 or $20 or whatever. So go ahead and buy it. It's really cool, and it's been going throughout the community. People absolutely adore this thing. So thank you, Eli, for creating it. All right, and of course, if this is your first time here watching the show, and if you're interested in staying up to date on everything that's going on in the world of electric cars, well, boom, subscribe button in red, and it's free. That way you will not miss anything moving forward. Other than that, thank you guys for watching. See you next time, and remember to stay charged.